Here we go with our round two. On your marks, get set, go! Enzo takes off hot off the line. Coming around that first turn. Zari hot on his tracks. He better get moving. Coming up hot on that finish line. Zari takes second. Coming up on Moto 2 for 3 balance bike. You all ready? On your mark. Get set. Go! Gage comes out hot out that line. Weston following right behind him. They are neck to neck, close. Gage takes the win. Weston coming up in second right behind. And Teo crosses that finish line. This one's it. This is for all the marbles. You all ready? On your mark, get set, go! Enzo takes off hot, leading the pack. Zari coming up right behind him on his tail. Oh, he got a wipe out in the turn. Enzo coming up with the win. Are you all ready? On your mark, get set, go! The 526 bike, oh, they're neck to neck. Bar to bar, coming up hot. Round turn 1, we've got the number 526, 510 in second, and 512 in third. Oh! Riders stage up at the top of the hill. All right, it's time. Up first, we've got our 1720 women's cruiser. Welcome, everybody, to Richmond BMX on this lovely Sunday. Sunday. Hot out of the gate, the Torpedo and Jill Shelton are bar to bar. Tula Smith tailing closely behind. Round turn one. Torpedo is taking the lead. Jillian Shelton hot on her trail. Tula Smith trailing right behind. Coming through turn two like a speed of fire. Torpedo coming across that last straight there. Gonna take that win. Jill Shelton with the 2. Tula Smith with the 3. .46 through 50, women's cruiser. Got Sandy Wiley, Wanda Judson. Wanda takes off with the lead. Sandy trailing right behind. Wanda coming around that brick wall there. There's Wanda coming around that second turn. Sandy right behind. Wanda coming up that last straight. Wanda takes the win. Sandy with the 2. Andrew Newberger and Jackson Hackett, bar to bar, going down that first straight. Andrew Newberger going down to that first turn. Spaceman coming out in the number 1 position at the moment. Jackson hot on his trail. Popping off through the rollers. Jackson's gaining speed. It's going to be a close one. Andrew takes the win. Jackson right behind. .12 cruiser, Jackson Haley, Cole Cass-Stevens, Cole Steele, and Ryder Staley. Cass-Stevens coming around that first turn out in front. Ryder close behind. Jackson Haley trailing in third. It's not over till it's over, boys. Cole Cass-Stevens ripping through those rollers. Coming around that third turn. Ryder's coming up quick on him. Who's it gonna be? Cole Cass-Stevens takes the 1. Ryder Staley on the 2. Jackson Haley on the 3. Lorna Wiley coming out that first turn, coming out strong. with the number 67 bike trailing right behind. Lorna coming down that last straight. Takes the win. '51-55 cruiser Tim Brown, Andrew Samoila, the Snow Dog, the former guy Gary Craig, and Michael Berry. Looks like we got Gary coming up on that with the one spot going around that turn. Gary coming up with the one. Got the number 35 bike coming up in 3. '56-60 cruiser, Popeye Martens, Arthur Luck, Bart Taylor, and Bud Higgins. Looks like we got Bart Taylor coming out of that second turn with the lead. Popeye right on his tail. Got the number 6 bike trailing right behind him. And the legend himself, Arthur Luck. Bart Taylor coming down that last straight. Taking the 1. Popeye 2. Mr. Bud Higgins on the 3. Art Luck taking that 4. Little Tykes on Little Bikes. Oh, we got a rider down. Fisher Staley coming out that first turn in the lead. Charlotte Newberger on his tail in second. Got Colt King on the 3. Got Cole coming over those hills. Fisher takes the 1. Charlotte Newberger coming down that last straight. We got Colt coming down for that 3. Cole Hackett coming around that last turn. Keep it going, Cole. Next up, we got 7 novice, Max Flig, Wesley Fugate, and T-Man Eastfold. Eastfold with the lead. Coming out hot off that first straight. Eastfold still in the lead. We got him bar to bar on that second straight. We got the 188 bike. Oh, we got a rider down. Eastville coming across that line, number 1. Got the 188 bike, Wesley Fugate, coming across that line at number 2. Everybody give it up for that down rider. He's back up. Zooming across those rollers. A 151 bike's going to take the 3. Up next, we've got 9 novice, Lewis Lemon, Benny Boy Fugate, Caden Heath, and Jensen Haley. Got those Rocket Racing colors out in front. Got that Lewis Lemon coming up in 178 trailing right behind, 116 right on his tail. Ripping through those rollers like some little speed demons. Lewis Lemon still got that 1. Oh. We got that 116 bike coming up. He's going to take the 2, it looks like. Oh. Up next, 1720 novice, moto number 13, Maddox Green, Nick Samula, and Sean Berry. Coming down that second straight, we've got our 190 bike in the lead, number 72 trailing right behind, and our 907. Coming around that last straight. It's like Smola is going to take the win. Our 72 is going to end up with the 2. And Maddox Green coming across that line at 3. Moto number 14, Chad Wellman, Patrick Berry, and Adam Melvin. Coming across that brick turn, coming into turn 2, it looks like we've got, some big air. The number 617 bike in the lead, 213 trailing behind, and 616 on the 3. Got the 213 coming in 2 across the line. Moto number 15, 51-55 novice, Igor Antonov, Michael Berry, and the Snow Dog Simula. Coming out turn 1, we got the 140 bike in the lead. That's your Snow Dog Simula, number 37 trailing behind, and Igor on the 3 coming up hot. Simula on that last straight, holding that 1 spot, spitting a little bit of style out. Number 37 coming on the 2, and Igor coming on the 3. Seven intermediate. You got Jackson Hackett, Sonic Huggins, Asher Doggett, Butt Rito Hoffman, Rad Riley Wall. Coming out turn 1, it looks like we got Riley in the lead. But Jackson Hackett is sneaking up on past him. Jackson zooming down on that second turn. Asher on the 4 and Jackson, can he hold on to that lead? Riley coming up right behind him. Jackson, Riley on the 2. And Asher on the 4. Got 9 intermediate. Moto number 17, Rowan Clark. Little Elf Antonov, Andrew Newberger, and Bodie Pryluck. Andrew Newberger hot in the lead. Julian right behind him. 124 bike on the 3 and Rowan Clark on number 4. Andrew Newberger burning through the rollers, coming around that third turn. Julian hot on his tail. Julian getting the 2, Andrew getting the 1. We got it, battle out at the finish line. We'll leave that up to the judges. Thank you. We got 11 intermediate, Hayes Ould, Colin Regina, the Rooster Jones, Tula Smith, Grasshopper Huggins, and Mozo Pullen. We got Rocket Racing colors out front there. Wyatt hot on his tail. Tula Smith in the 3. Got those Rocket Race colors coming around turn 3 in the 1 spot. Wyatt hot on his tail in 2. Tula in the 3. The 170 bike on the 4, trailing right behind Tula. And we got the number 89 bike coming down that last straight. 88, excuse me. Moto number 19, 4650 intermediate. Big Perm, Cass Stevens, Rob Huddleston, Mama Hugs Huggins, Bart the Real Taylor, and Heidi Sheath. Looks like we got Cass Stevens coming out of that first turn in the lead. Rob Huddleston right on his tail. Bart Taylor coming around that second turn right now. Cass Stevens still holding that lead going into that third turn. Rob coming up quick on him. Aaron with the 1, Rob with the 2, Bart Taylor with the 3. '13 expert. Ryder Staley, Cole Steele, Cass Stevens, and Donovan the Squirrel Heupel. Heupel out in front. Ryder trailing right behind. Cass Stevens on his tail. Heupel tearing up that track. Well, Ryder Staley follows right behind. Cass Stevens zooming up right on Ryder, coming up that side. Who's going to get that spot for the 2? Cass Stevens, neck to neck. Oh, we're going to leave that to the scorers. Moto number 21, 15 expert. T-Rex Huggins, the Shark Baker, Gabe Eastvold, and Freckles Wiley. Lorna coming up out that first turn. Hot in the lead. We've got those Misfits colors right behind. Rocket Racing colors on the 3. Lorna coming down that last straight, still in the lead. Eastvale to the 2. Rocket Racing on 3. $17.20 excerpt, Dawson McDonald, Torpedo Taylor, Cash Huddleston, and Jillian Shelton. Dawson coming out of that turn hot with a little bit of style. Cash right behind. Lorna in the 3. And Torpedo Taylor on the 4. Looks like we're going to get Dawson coming across that line in the 1 spot. Huddleston in the 2 spot. And Lorna in the 3. Oh, Jill, sorry. I apologize. It's my first time. $21.25 expert. Mike Azzarello, Huggy Bear Huggins, and William Azzalero. All right. Got the 130 on the 2. Got the 117 coming down that last straight. Taking the 1. And the 130 coming down that last straight, taking the 2. $51.55 expert. Moto number 24. Popeye Mertens, Bud Higgins, the former guy, Craig, Unk Heipel, and Tim Brown. Looks like we got Gary coming out in the 1 spot, Heipel in the 2, Popeye in the 3. Bud Higgins tailing right behind. Looks like Gary's going to take that 1 spot, Heipel on the 2. Oh, we got a pass on Popeye right there at the finish. Bud on the 4. Let's take a little break, get some water. We'll see you back for some fun racing on a Sunday. 10 minutes, everybody. right, let's start staging up for round 2. Up first, we got moto number 3. Mama Hugs, Tula Smith, Torpedo Taylor, and Jill Shelton. Here we go. Coming out the gate on that first straight. We've got Torpedo Taylor taking that 1. Jill Shelton trailing on the 2. Mama Hugs on the 3, and Tula Smith on the 4. Coming out that brick turn, we've got Torpedo Taylor leading that way. Coming hot down that second straight. Jill in the 2. Mama Hugs on the 3 still. Tula coming around that second turn right now. Torpedo Taylor still in the lead. Jill coming up hot on her tail down in that last straight. Who's going to make it? Jill with the 2. Taylor with the 1. Mama Hugs with the 3. Moto number 4, 4650 Women's Cruiser. Heidi Sheath, Wanda Graham Judson, Sandy Wiley. Wanda on that one spot coming out that second turn. Sandy coming up hot on her tail. Wanda coming through that second turn. Still in that one. Sandy Wiley coming around that second turn. Wanda's coming around that third turn. Still in that one spot. Looks like Wanda's going to take that one. Sandy going to take the two. Up next, we've got moto number 510 cruiser, Jackson Hackett, Andrew the Spaceman Newberger, and Grasshopper Huggins. Grasshopper takes off hot down that first straight. Leading the way, Andrew on the 2, Jackson on the 3. Got that Grasshopper still in that one spot. Zooming along, pulling off a little wheelie. Andrew on the 2, Jackson on the 3. Grasshopper still holding on to that one. Andrew better pump on the gas. Jackson's coming up hot on his tail. Grasshopper's going to take that one. Andrew on the 2, Jackson on the 3. Moto number 6. Jackson Haley, Cole Steele, Cass Stevens, and Ryder Staley. Ryder coming out in the 1, Cass Stevens, bar to bar. Oh, getting a little squirrely there in that first turn. Ryder still in the lead. Cass Stevens coming up on past him. Coming around that second turn. Cass Stevens on the 1 coming down that last straight. Ryder Staley on the 2. Jackson Haley on the 3. Moto number 7, Huggy Bear Huggins, Nick Samula, and Lorna Freckles Wiley. Looks like Huggy Bear's coming out that first turn in the lead. Lorna hot on his tail. Nick Samula on the 3. Huggy Bear zooming along through them rollers. Coming around that third turn. Lorna's hot on his tail. Looks like Huggy Bear's going to take the 1. Lorna on the 2. Nick on the 3. $51.55 cruiser. Moto number 8, Tim Brown, the Snow Dog, Samula, Gary Craig, and Michael Berry. Got Gary on the lead, coming out that second straight. Number 34 coming up right behind him. 37 bike on the 4. Gary coming around that last straight. Will he hold on to that lead? Gary takes the 1. $56.60 cruiser. Popeye Martens, Arthur Luck, Bart the Real Taylor, and Bud Higgins. Looks like we got Bart coming out that first turn in 1. Martens following him right behind on the 2. Bud on the 3. Mr. Arthur Luck on the 4. Will Bart hold on to that lead going into that last straight. Martens coming up right behind him. Bart on the 1. Martens on the 2. Bud Higgins on the 3. Arthur Luck on the 4. Little Tykes on little bikes. We've got Staley out front. Charlotte on the 2. Fisher coming out that first turn, way in the lead. Charlotte on the 2. Looks like we've got Cole in the back of the pack right there. The number 396 bike coming up hot on Charlotte. Wild Child coming around that second turn. So we got Fisher. Looks like he's going to take that win. Charlotte on the 2. Looks like the 39 bike is coming up hot on Charlotte. Charlotte better pedal. Charlotte better pedal, pedal, pedal. Got Cole Hackett coming across there on the 4. And Colt on the 5. Moto 11, 7 novice, Max Fleeg, Wesley Fugate, and T-Man Eastfold. Looks like we got Eastfold out front. Coming around that brick turn. Eastfold's holding that lead. .151 coming into that second turn with the 188 right behind. 511 trailing on the 3. Looks like Eastfold's going to hang on to that lead going into the third turn. Eastfold on the 1. Fugate on the 2. Fleeg on the 3. Moto 12, Lewis Lemon, Benny Boy Fugate, Caden Heath, and Jensen Haley. So we got those Rocket Racing colors in second, and those Rad Share colors in 1. Number 116 coming around that second turn, 205 right behind in that second spot. Looks like those Rad Share colors are going to hold on to that lead going around that last turn. Number 116 bike looks like he's going to take that 1. Rocket Racing going to take the 2. Number 178 on the 3. $17.20 novice, Moto 13, Maddox Green, Nick Samula, and Sean Berry. Coming out that second straight. Looks like we got the 190 bike in the lead coming around that second turn. 72 on the second. And number 907 on the 3. Looks like we're going to stay that way all the way till the finish. Moto 14, 21-25 novice. Chad Wellman, Patrick Berry, Adam Melvin. Zooming around that first turn there, coming into the second straight. We've got the 617 bike pulling off some style points. 213 in the 2, and we got 616 in the 3. Looks like we got the 213 in the 2. and the 6:16 on the 3. Moto 15, 51, 55 novice, Mr. Antonov, Michael Berry, and the Snow Dog Samula. Coming out that second turn. Looks like we've got the 140 bike in the lead. That's the Snow Dog. Igor on the second. And Michael Berry on the 3. Looks like Samula is going to hang on to that lead. Igor, who's going to be second, third. We got a battle down to the line. Looks like Michael Berry's going to take that 2. Igor on the 3. Moto number 15. Oh, excuse me. We got moto number 16, folks. 7 intermediate. Looks like we got Riley coming out that second turn in the lead. Jackson Hackett hot on his tail. Got the number 2 bike on the 3. We've got a rider down up there on the hill there. Give it up for Asher. Jackson trying to pull some moves in that last straight. Riley and him battling out for first and second. It's up to them. Oh, right at the line. Moto number 17, Ro Clark, Little Elf Ansonoff, Andrew Newberger, and Bodie Prylook. Andrew in that one spot. Julian and bar to bar. Oh, who's going to make it out that second turn for that 2 and that 3 spot? Spaceman still in the lead. Got Julian Ansonoff, the 124 in the second bike. This is an exciting race, folks. Andrew going to come around that last turn, still in the lead. Julian hot on his tail on that last straight. Got Julian, Bodie, Rowan. '11 intermediate, moto number 18. Hayes Ould, Colin Regina, Rooster Jones, Tula Smith, Grasshopper Huggins, Mozo Pullen. Looks like we got Grasshopper coming out in the lead, coming hot down that line. Wyatt hot on his tail, Tula on the 3, 170 bike on the 4. Grasshopper still on that one spot, coming across the line. Wyatt on the 2. Tula, who's going to come in that 3 spot? Tula on the 3. Moto number 18. 11 intermediate. Hayes Ould. Moto number 19, Big Perm Cass Stevens, Rob Huddleston, Mama Hugs, Bart Taylor, and coming out the gate hot, we've got Rob. Looks like Bart's going to take that lead, looking like he's going to come out first in that first turn. Oh, Rob Huddleston shutting him down. Bart pulls up back in the lead. Mama Hugs bar to bar with Rob. Mama Hugs taking that 1 spot. Who's going to be our winner of this race? Looks like Mama Hugs might take that 1. Rob Huddleston in that 2 spot right now. Bart Taylor on the 3. Cole Cass Stevens on the 4. Moto number 21, 15 expert. We've got Moto 20. Excuse me. Heupel coming around that first turn, second turn. Cass Stevens on the 2. Ryder on the 3. Looks like Heupel's going to pull off that 1. Who's going to take that 2 and 3 spot? We've got a battle down here to the end. Cole on the 2, Ryder on the 3. Moto 21. T-Rex Huggins, the Shark Baker, Gabe Eastfold, and Lorna Freckles Wiley. Looks like we got those Vega colors coming out that first turn in the 1 spot. It's going to be T-Rex leading the way. Lorna Wiley on the 2. Gabe Eastfold on that 3. T-Rex hold on to that 1 spot coming in that last straight. Lorna Wiley still on that 2. Eastfold still on that 3. Moto 22, Dawson McDonald, Torpedo Taylor, Cash Huddleston, and Jillian Shelton. Looks like Dawson's going to lead the pack out of that first turn. Jill Shelton following close behind. Huddleston right behind Dawson. Looks like Dawson's going to take the 1 on this one. Huddleston on the 2. Shelton on the 3. Moto 23. 21-25 expert. Mike Azzarello, Huggy Bear Huggins, and William Azzarello. Oh, this is going to be a good one, folks. Looks like we got Azzarello taking that 1 spot. Huggy Bear following close behind on that 2. With the other Azzarello on the 3. Still finishing up in that same positions. Azzarello 1. Huggy Bear 2. Azzarello 3. Moto 24, Popeye Mertens, Bud Higgins, Gary Craig, Chris Heupel, and Tim Brown. Coming out that first straight, let's see who leads the pack. Looks like Gary and Heupel are going to battle it out there. Coming out that first turn, we've got Gary, Heupel, Mertens, Bud on the 4. Gary still zooming along, going across them rollers. Coming in that last straight, coming out that third turn, Gary still in the lead. Mertens coming up hot on Heupel. Gary on 1, Heupel on 2, Mertens on 3. Everybody, let's break for some water. Start up again in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's start staging up for that main event, folks. This is it for all the marbles, the whole shebang. First up, we got Moto 3, Mama Huggins, Tula Smith, Torpedo Taylor, and Jill Shelton. Coming out hot off that first straight, we've got Torpedo Taylor in the lead, Jill Shelton on the 2, Mama Hugs on the 3, and Tula Smith on the 4. Torpedo coming hot on that second straight. Jill Shelton following close behind. Mama Hugs creeping up on her. Oh, Jill takes the pass in that second turn. Tula Smith smiling big coming around that second turn. Jill Shelton. Who's going to take it? Jill on the 1. Torpedo on the 2. Mama Hugs on the 3. Moto 4. Sandy Wiley and Wanda Graham Judson. Sandy coming out in the lead on that first straight. Wanda trailing right behind her. Sandy still in the lead coming around that first turn. Wanda coming around that second turn, that first turn, still in second. Sandy coming around that second straight. Wanda on the 2. Sandy coming around that last turn. Wanda on the 2. Coming down that last straight. Sandy's going to take the 1. Wanda on the 2. 10 Cruiser. Grasshopper, Huggins, Jackson, Hackett, and Andrew the Spaceman Newberger. Grasshopper in the lead coming into that first turn. Oh, Jackson and Andrew are real close. Jackson on the 2, Andrew on the 3. Grasshopper coming around that second turn. Jackson still in the lead. Andrew trailing behind. Grasshopper looks like he's going to take the 1 on this one. Jackson Hackett on the 2. Andrew on the 3. Moto number 6, Jackson, Haley, Cole, Steele, Cass Stevens, and Ryder Staley. Looks like Ryder's going to come around and first on that first turn. Cass Stevens trailing right behind him. Jackson Haley on the 3. Oh, who's going to come out on top in this one, folks? Looks like we got a battle for first and second. Cass Stevens and Ryder coming out bar to bar out that turn. That last straight. Who's going to make it? Who's going to take it? Oh, it looks like Cass Stevens got that one. Haley on the 3. Moto number 7. Lorna Freckles Wiley, Nick Smula, and Huggy Bear Huggins. Huggy Bear taking the 1, coming out that second turn, coming into the second turn. Lorna right on his tail. Looks like Huggy Bear's still in that 1. Lorna on the 2. Samula on the 3. 5660 Cruiser Moto number 9. Popeye Mertens, Arthur Luck, Bart Taylor, and Bud Higgins. Oh, sorry, guys. Gary Craig up in the lead. Moto 8. Got Gary up in the lead. Samula bar to bar with him going into that third turn. Who's going to take it? Gary, Samula coming down to the both of them at the line. Looks like Gary took that one, but I'll leave that up to the scores. Now that I'm on the right moto, folks, we're on Moto 9 number now. Popeye Mertens, Arthur Luck, Bart the Real Taylor, Bud Higgins. Looks like Bart and Popeye are going bar to bar coming out that first turn. Bart Taylor taking that 1 spot going into the second turn. Mertens hanging on right in the 2 spot. Arthur's going to pull up in that 3 spot right around Bud. Bart Taylor still taking that 1 spot coming out of that third turn. Mertens still on the 2. Who's going to take that 3 spot? Bud and Luck coming up bar to bar, coming into that line right there. Who's going to take it? Oh, I'll leave that one up to the scorers. Got our little tykes on little bikes, 5 and under novice moto number 10. Fisher Staley been dominating all day, coming out that one spot, coming out that first turn. Let's see. Fisher still holding that one spot. We got the 39 on the 2 spot. Charlotte Newberger on the 3. Jackson Hackett is going to pull off the track. Or Cole Hackett, sorry. Got the 490 bike on that 4 spot now. Fisher still in that 1, coming down that last straight there. Teddy going to get that 2 spot in the main here. Charlotte Newberger on the 3. And Colt King on the 4. Moto 11-7 novice. Max Flig, Wesley Fugate, and T-Man Eastfold. T-Man Eastfold's been dominating on the track all day out here today. Let's see if he can pull it off in this main. Looks like Eastfold's going to come out that turn in number 1. Wesley coming up in that 2nd spot. And Fleeg on the 3. Coming out that 3rd turn, we've got Eastfold still in that 1. Fugate still on that 2. And Fleeg on that 3, but it looks like Fleeg is trying to make a pass there in that last straight there. Let's see if we can pull it off. 188 on the 2 and Fleeg on the 3. Moto 12, 9 novice. Lewis Lemon, Benny Boy, Fugate, Caden Heath, and Jensen Haley. Got those Rocket Racing and the Radshare colors out front there. They've been trading spots back and forth all day. Got that Radshare spot coming out that first turn in the 1 spot. Rocket Racing on the 2. Jensen Haley on that 1 spot coming out turn 2. 528 on the 4. Jensen Haley still on that 1 spot. Coming up that last straight there, Jensen Haley's going to take the 1. 205 is going to take the 2. 178 on the 3. Moto 13. Maddox Green, Nick Samula, and Sean Berry. Coming out that first turn. Looks like we got that 190 bike in the 1, 72 on the 2, and 907 on the 3. It appears that we are going to stay that way, coming across into that last straight there. Samula on the 1, Berry on the 2, and Green on the 3. Moto 14, 21-25 novice Chad Wellman, Patrick Berry, and Adam Melvin. Let's see who's going to take this one. Oh, looks like we slipped a pedal coming out of that first turn. 617 in the 1 spot, Mr. Patrick Berry. 616 in the 2. Looks like Patrick's going to take the 1. Melvin's going to take the 2. Let's give it up for our rider. He's going to finish that lap out strong. We got Chad Willman coming on the 3. $51.55 novice. Igor Antonov, Michael Berry, the Snow Dog Samula. Looks like Samula's going to pull off in the first. Zooming down that first straight. Samula still in that 1 spot. Igor and Berry very, very close. Looks like Samula's going to hang on to that 1 spot coming out that last turn there. Barry on the 2 right now. Igor closely following behind on that 3. And that's how we're going to finish that one. Moto number 16. Jackson Hackett, Sonic Huggins, Asher Doggett, Burrito Hoffman, and Rad Riley Wall. It's like we got Jackson in the lead coming out that first turn, coming into the second here. Jackson's holding on to that spot coming into that third turn. Number 2 bike is coming up hot right behind him. Oh, we got a rider down, everybody. Rider down. Hold the gate. Everybody, let's give it up for our down rider. Moto number 17, 9 intermediate, Rowan Clark, Little Elf Antonov, Andrew Spaceman Newberger, and Bodie Prylook. Andrew coming out hot on that first straight. Antonov trailing right behind him. Andrew still in 1 spot coming into the second turn. 108 hot on his tail. We got the 124 and the number 2 trailing right with each other, battling out for 3rd and 4th. Andrew coming around that last straight. Still in the 1 spot. It looks like Andrew's going to take it. Say hello to your USA BMX newest 9 experts. $11 intermediate, Moto 18. Moto 18 coming into that second turn. Number 2 in the lead, 15 on the 2. Wyatt on the 3. Tula on the 4. Who's going to take it? Looks like we got those Vegas callers coming in the 1 spot. Rocket racing on the 2. Wyatt coming in on the 3. Tula on the 4. Moto 19. 4650 intermediate. Big Perm, Cass Stevens, Rob Huddleston, Mama Hugs, Bart the Real Taylor, and looks like we've got those Vega colors in 2 and Cass Stevens in the 1 at the moment. Rob trailing right behind. Mama Hugs right on their tail. Cass Stevens burning through those rollers. Coming out that last turn, Cass Stevens in the 1 still. Looks like Bart and Rob traded places. Rob looks like he's going to pull off that 2. Oh, who got the 3? We'll leave that up to the scorers. 13 expert. We got Cass Stevens, Ryder Staley, and Donovan the Squirrel Heupel. Heupel coming out that first turn. Ripping and roaring coming into that second turn. Heupel still in the lead. Cass Stevens on the 2. Ryder Staley on the 3. They've been battling it out all day. Let's see who's going to take that 2 spot. Heupel pulling off that 1. Cass Stevens on the 2. Staley on the 3. '15 expert Moto 21. T-Rex Huggins, the Shark Baker, Gabe Eastfold, and Lorna Freckles Wiley. Wiley coming out that first turn in the lead. We got those Misfits colors coming up second right behind them all. And then Vegas looks like he's trying to sneak in there. Lorna coming out still in the lead on that last turn. Oh, we got ourselves a race now. Oh, T-Rex. Oh, we'll leave that up to the scorers. Moto number 22. Dawson McDonald, Torpedo Taylor, Cash Huddleston, and Jillian Shelton. Looks like we got Dawson coming out that first turn, hot in the lead, showing off what he does best. Huddleston trailing right behind him. Shelton on the 3. And Torpedo Taylor on the 4. Dawson still coming up in first. Huddleston on the 2. Shelton on the 3. And Torpedo Taylor on the 4. Moto 23. Mike Azzarello, Huggy Bear Huggins, and William Azzarello. Father, son, duking it out. Huggy Bear coming out that first turn, strong in first place. Azzarello's hot on his tail, with the other Azzarello trailing on the 3rd spot. Pumping through those rollers. Coming into that last straight. Huggy Bear is looking like he's going to pull off that 1. Azzarello on the 2. And Azzarello on the 3. 51-55 expert. Moto number 24. Popeye Mertens, Bud Higgins, Gary Craig, Chris Heupel, and Tim Brown. Looks like we got Gary coming out that first turn in the lead. Chris Heupel hot on him. Mertens giving Chris Heupel a run for his money. Gary coming up on that roller, still in that 1 spot. Heupel better watch out. Mertens coming in hot for him. Coming in that last straight. Looks like we're going to finish up Gary on the 1. Heupel on the 2. Mertens on the 3. Bud on the 4. Thank you, everybody, for coming out for this beautiful day of racing at Richmond BMX. We'll see you next week.